Hey, I'm Andy Blanks with Youth Ministry 360 with another teacher prep video. This teacher prep video is for lesson 2 of our next Bible study. Lesson 1, you did a great job of, I'm sure, of making the case why it's important for our students to own a next level faith, to grow in their faith, to take ownership of it. And in this lesson, you're going to do something really cool. You're going to tie this idea of gaining a next level faith, of pursuing a next level faith, with the idea of purpose. Okay, you're going to marry those two together. And the concept behind this is very simple. If we're going to take our faith to a next level, if our students are going to pursue a greater, the depth of relationship with Christ and really take greater ownership, they have to kind of know where they're going, right? They have to really know the aim of this, and purpose is so huge in this discussion. We define purpose. You can define purpose a lot of ways, right? In terms of our faith. We're choosing to kind of camp out in one specific area, and we're going to define purpose in terms of the gospel, right? We're going to ground purpose in their identity as people have been saved by the gospel. So we're going to look at Paul's passage out of Paul's letter to the Romans, where Paul says, you're familiar with it, where, while we were yet still sinners, Christ died for us, Christ saved us. And then Paul moves on to talk about this idea of the reconciliation that we have with Christ, literally the ending of animosity, right, of separation. We've been reconciled. And out of this reconciliation, so our identity is founded in being saved by God. And out of this idea of being reconciled and being saved comes the desire to live our life in such a way that we communicate that reconciliation to the world. As we think about next level faith, next level purpose is using our lives to communicate the truth of the gospel to those around us. And those two are definitely related, right? It's hard to communicate the gospel. It's hard to live out the gospel if we're not serious about our faith and growing in our faith and owning our faith. And that's the message for your students. The real challenge here is to see their lives as tools to be used as God wills. And that's sort of, as you move to the time of application here, what you're going to be doing is challenging your students to think about the areas that they have, that they can impact the world around them, how they can live out the gospel, how faith ownership is going to help them communicate the gospel and communicate reconciliation to others, and think about that in very practical terms. So that's going to be sort of the main takeaway here. You're going to find that this lesson is really, really streamlined, really clear, easy to teach, laser focused. It's going to be a good experience for you. If you have any questions at all, though, please don't hesitate to call us or email us, live chat us. We're always available to answer questions whenever we can or whenever you need us to. Praying that your lesson goes great. I'll see you for the teacher prep video for lesson 3.